talk about what they did so effectively against you guys tonight.
They played hard. They played hard. They're on a little bit of a roll since we beat them there. They've won some games in a row and got some confidence. And they played hard, and we had had some moments of truth where we didn't early in the game. Power play didn't do anything right away. 2 minutes in, we had a couple 3-on-2s. We didn't generate anything in the first. We had some 2-on-1s there in the second. And when you're not at your best, which we weren't at our best, we weren't at our worst, but we needed those moments to kind of shine through a lot earlier in the game instead of the third where we finally got a goal. So, but they skated well. They had some firmness to them. I think they were on a mission. We'd beaten them twice in their barn. Give them credit.
How did you like your team's energy and effort tonight?
I thought we were pretty good in a lot of ways. We did some good things. Thought we were well prepared. I think those guys knew what we wanted to try and do. I thought we were just mentally slow. I thought it looked like looked like a homestand of the old days, like when you have 4 days off after a Friday, Saturday, and take Sunday off, and then it was a long week, and it looked like a long week for our players. We were slow mentally. That was my disappointment. I thought Adrian was fine. Yeah, he was fine. He got an assist, good for him. He was fine. There's more to getting points. You got to do a lot out there in pro hockey to be a good player, and I thought he did good things. I thought he was fine. Thought, he was out there for 2 goals against. It looked like he'd played 2 games in the month of December. That's what it looked like to me. Thought he was really slow and, not disappointed. He's a young man. He's 24 years old. He's trying to get his game going, and you get dropped down here and you haven't played a lot of minutes up top. It's a tough spot to be in. And, but in pro hockey, just like if you're making sales, you got to make your sales, right? So it's the only way you get commission. So he didn't make enough sales tonight. He didn't get any commission.
Mark Kandari with a pretty big hit there at the end of the first round. Just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was a good hit. It was a good hip check. I thought the guy put him he put himself in a tough spot, that guy. He was a D, so he's probably out of his element there, right? But Mark is a physical player, brings that energy to our team, did a good job. You would have hoped that would have gave us a little bit of a push, but that didn't seem to get us going. But it was a good play by Mark, and then he had to stand up and defend himself, and he did that very well, so I was real happy with him.
Any update on Marcus Granlund taking a talk to the face at the end of the game?
Yeah, he's doing fine. Yeah, Mark's doing fine, Those Europeans, they just stitch them right up and they keep going, That's the way those guys roll over there. So he really came back out had it been earlier in the game, but tough spot to get it because it was right in the crack of the nose. That's where it came up through there. So that's, as we all know, a sensitive area. So, but I think he'll be fine. Yeah.
How much does it mean for you guys to get a guy like Sven Merchikov again?
Well, it's important for us to get him going. Him, like any player, he has a little bit more of a focus to him because he dropped down from the NHL, and at one particular time, maybe not too long ago, he was kind of like, and still is in a lot of ways, the eyes of the franchise moving forward. And it's important that he scored goals. And he scored goals back-to-back now. He made a nice pass there by Mark Kandari from Foster to Kandari to the front of the net. So I was happy for Sven with that. I think that's important that those guys get their goals when they can. We're just trying to add a lot more to his game. So again, on the development side of tonight, there were a lot of things we didn't get done in development, and that when I speak to that, that's relative to hard. We have to keep in mind that yes, we have to try and win hockey games, but at the same time, we have to develop hockey players. And I thought we didn't take a step forward in the development side. It was a game that required hard. It was a game that required guts, and we didn't have enough of that in critical times today. So he's a part of that process. Yeah, Furls is, he's going to go back to Calgary. I haven't got much more direction. He's going back to Calgary for another evaluation to see what the long-term situation is going to be. And he's going to be out long term. That I can tell you on tape and tell everybody. But to what degree and to what's going to take place, no one still knows. We're kind of waiting because there's some swelling and there's some things in that area that all have to sort itself out. So we're being patient, waiting to see what happens. But
You've had some movement in the team recently with a lot of, not a lot, but some veteran players coming in, and Spin and Green and Foster now. How do you see that, or how are you hoping to see that affect the team?
well, it should give us a lift over time. That I'm excited about. If we can hold that posture, meaning we can hold these guys around. The tough part about the American League and every team in the league is that you have such a roster that changes week to week. I found our team so far, like I think we gain benefits out of getting guys down and playing guys into the system, but I think our team is still learning how to play when new guys drop in. That's my concern. Like we have not been good when certain players have dropped down. Certain meaning a D or a forward, or two forwards. It's like a lot of fans and people will say, well, isn't that supposed to give you a huge energy push? Like we're going to get all this energy and we're going to probably win more games because all of a sudden Sven and Breen are here. It usually works in the reverse. And that's the part of our team where we have to mature the second half. We're going to have some change in our roster the second half. It's inevitable. And we have to get the most out of the guys that are here on a daily basis, and they can't change their play. So far for me, even like again today, Chris didn't have a great game, but at the same time, does Chris have to carry the team? I mean, shame on us. Like, Chris has got to be just blend in, and everybody around Chris needs to play better because they've been playing here and they understand. So I think that we're getting a push out of those guys. It is some good energy. It does feel good, but the results haven't been there yet in terms of our play and our pace. That's a thing we got to mature through.
Last question. Great. Thanks, Trent.
Yep.